around the NFL. Here's Shay Norling.
All right, Odie, pre-show you asked me if I had a theme or if it was just the kind of reaction to some of the stuff we saw over the weekend.
Yes, sir.
I didn't have a theme. And then, of course, as I'm organizing my thoughts, a theme jumps out to me.
Okay.
So today is going to be the don't be surprised if X happens based on what we saw over the weekend.
It's a list?
It's not a list. It's a collection of items.
Okay, got it.
So starting with this, do not be surprised if Bo Nix is the second best quarterback out of this draft in year one. I'm not saying he's going to be the second best quarterback out of this draft for all time, but year one, we're looking at a guy who was excellent for the Broncos in the preseason opener, led 5 drives. They scored on 4 of them. He was efficient. Just based on the sheer volume of football that has been played. This guy set a record in college, more college football starts than any other quarterback, I believe, in history. He was great at Oregon. He's learned the game. Now he's in Denver with Sean Payton. Year one just kind of feels like he's going to have a lot of opportunity, second to Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. And he feels more polished than Jaden Daniels right now. Year one only, I think Bo Nix could jump off the page a little bit.
What do you think of that? I mean, Bo Nix is 34. He's married, got 4 kids and a mortgage. So Bo Nix probably ahead of a lot of the young quarterbacks.
Yeah, I saw his grandson on the game broadcast.
34-30 victory for the Broncos over the Colts.
Yeah, I'm not going to co-sign that he'll be. What was your term? The second best quarterback?
Year one rookie.
Year one rookie. Yeah, I'm not going to co-sign that.
As Shay eloquently laid out, all the experience that Bo Nix had in college, like he sets him up perfectly. He's 24.
No doubt, and he's got a great quarterback tutor in Sean Payton.
Why do we do that in college football, Shay, into the NFL, but we don't do that in college basketball? Like if you're over 20, you're washed. 21, 4-year guy.
A buddy of mine said to me,
"Why do we do
Patrick Williams? He's old. He's been around." I'm like, old? He's 22. He is. Yeah.
Yeah, college basketball is different, man. If you're a 4-year college basketball player, you're probably not an NBA player, unless you're like Zach Edey.
Shout out to Denzel Valentine.
Or Tim
Here's Shay Norling.
Well, Bo Nix, I saw he goes to the sideline. Most guys get Gatorade. He's got his little vitamin thing, the case, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, he just pops that open.
That's so bad.
Depending on the day of the week. Brandon Aiyuk, the news keeps getting stranger and stranger. Don't be surprised if Brandon Aiyuk is just a 49er this season.
Oh, it sounds like they're back negotiating hard and they're going to get something done.
This whole power play ended up working for him. It's one thing to demand a trade because you want money. It is a totally different thing to then veto 2 trades that would have made you among the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. He never wanted to leave. He just wanted to be paid in San Francisco.
And that's not happening.
You don't think they'll pay him?
I mean,
they're back negotiating. You don't go back to the table if you don't want to get something done.
Well, Cap, every organization is not like the Chicago Bears. They take care of their players, you know.
Yeah, just wait till they start winning and every guy's at the window. Yeah, where's mine?
No, hey, not every team has the class of the Chicago Bears taking care of DJ Moore on the first episode of Hard Knocks while he's standing there in practice. Hey, go back down there. You sign? Everything's good? All right, you can go back down there.
And then who's the first guy they show him talking to? Where you go? It was Nate Davis.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I just signed it. What?
That's crazy.
That was awesome. He goes, one less thing I have to worry about. I watched the episode again. My wife's like, can we watch this Hard Knocks? I want to see this. All of a sudden, she's like, when's the second one? Oh, now you're coming around, huh?
Because it's more than just the meat and potatoes that we talk about every day. It's the stories.
It is.
It's the connection of the stories. That's why Peacock was watching the first one with me. She said, what time's it on? I'll close the laptop at 8. We'll watch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're going to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get out of that room and actually watch.
Pretty good, kid.
Here's Shay Norling.
On the topic of the 49ers, again, I'm not making a prediction, but I'm starting to get a little nervous. Don't be surprised if this 49ers season ends up being a disappointment. I am past the point of curious if they're going to remain dominant and at the point of genuine concern. They canceled their joint practices with the Saints this week. I know most people are like, oh, who cares? I heard Dan Campbell last week said that the players get more work done in the joint practices than they do in the preseason games. They find these to be more valuable. Why did the Niners cancel their joint practice with the Saints? They had 23 players missing from their most recent practice for various reasons. Shanahan got on the phone with Dennis Allen, said he doesn't think he will have the players available to hold a joint practice. Their injury concerns are bad. They have off-field stuff with Aiyuk and Trent Williams. I'm starting to get genuinely concerned that this thing could go south.
Can they also cancel their game on the 18th against the Saints? Sorry, we don't have enough players. Let's just shut this down on Fox.
No.
Test pattern.
The league would say absolutely not.
Because, all right, Shay, no practice, but at some point you got to field the team. Field the team.
When you're down 23 guys and you're the Niners who have invested so much in their first team that their depth is abysmal, you can't afford to lose any of it. So you're down 23. You can't take on the physicality of a joint practice. If somebody gets hurt, you're really in trouble.
Watch their wide receiver, Cap. Their number one pick. Ricky Pearsall. Watch him. Watch him now, Harry. Pearsall's going to be out there. Wide receiver from Florida. Watch him now.
Jimmy's grandson, I think.
Probably so.
The Niners, do they have Trent Williams? Is he not in camp? Is he going?
Sure.
Is he a hold in or a hold out?
Let me double check. I think it was a hold out, but I'm going to double check it.
Why do you ask?
Because everybody I've asked, I was asking Big Cat Williams the other day. He said, I don't care how veteran you are. You need your reps in training camp to get yourself, as the good kid says, you got to get in football shape. You can come in the best cardio and strong in the gym. You got to get your body broken down to build it back up for football. Big Cat said the same exact thing. If you're an offensive lineman and you're sitting out, you are not going to be ready to play football week after week. You're not.
Yeah, Trent Williams is a holdout.
Shay, I would like for you to bookmark a question for us late August, early September, based on what you told us about the 49ers, how you feel about the 49ers today. It probably will change in a couple of weeks because they'll get healthier. But the question I'd like for you to ask in shot or no shot or around the NFL is whether or not the 49ers championship window has closed. Not closing, has closed. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Let's take a look.
And they have to pay Brock Purdy coming up
next year. And Bill Barnwell says $65 million.
Because
I think they'd let him walk at that price.
I do too.
The narrative is that, well, it's Shanahan, so it'll always be open. That's not the case for everybody. That's not true. Like, all that glitters is not gold, Cap. Like, I look at the 49ers, like, good coach, good weapons. Who doesn't like McCaffrey? Who doesn't like their defense? But doesn't mean they're championship material.
Well,
like Super Bowl material.
Banged up.
We'll see.
Right. You got the Aiyuk situation, the Trent Williams situation. You got all these other guys banged up, injured. Yeah.
Let's take a look.
100%. But $65 million for Brock Purdy? No shot.
Yeah, that Trent Williams situation too, like you talked about not being ready. There is the reason he's holding out is not because he doesn't have a contract. He signed for, I think, 3 more seasons. The problem is none of the money in any of the seasons is guaranteed. So if he goes out in camp and sustains an injury, Niners can wash their hands of him and he gets nothing. And he's at an age where, sorry, you're just not going to pick that up on the free agent market off of an injury.
Can you sneak in one more before we talk Cubs?
Yeah, because look, we talked last week on Friday about the Russell Wilson, Justin Fields battle, and my feeling at the time in that locker room, the way we were hearing things out of Pittsburgh, Justin Fields had a genuine opportunity to win that battle. Don't be surprised if there just isn't a battle. It was more of the same from Justin Fields on Friday night against Houston. It was 5 of 6 for 67 yards. The passes he got off looked okay, but fumbled 2 snaps, fumbled and had to recover them, and got sacked twice. It's just, he's the same guy he's always been. It doesn't look like there was any growth or any change from what he was at the end here. And Russell Wilson probably will be their starter.
Yeah, you know what, Cap? This wouldn't happen if Sales wouldn't have fumbled the ball on our idea to broadcast a couple of shows from Latrobe to get Fields ready for the season.
Right. He would have sat down with us.
That's right. Got him ready. Like, look, man, we need you to be in 51% of these snaps. We need you to be able to take the bull by the horns.
We need
here.
the 4th round pick.
Let's go. It would have been nice.
First question would have been, why were you out on me in November wanting Caleb Williams? Because you're not very good.
You weren't good, but now we've turned the page. That's what would happen, Cap.
We just want the 4th round pick.
So that's what it would be. We would be there to encourage him. We're live with Mike Tomlin. That's what would have happened. Like right there at Latrobe. But
I love Mike Tomlin.
But Sales dropped the ball on that. It should have been you and I to encourage Fields. Oh, that would have been great.
That would have been awesome.
You know you're the starter, right? You know you're the starter. That's what would have happened.
It all sucks.
All right, Shay.